Hello again, and welcome to part two, the second instalment of the first podcast, which is once again with George Crossland from Pink Lemonade. I hope you enjoyed the first lot. I've had good feedback from it, but that could just be, the first one out there. So everyone's like, "Whoa, well done, you're good." And I'm sure when the third, fourth, and fifth come out, I'll start getting the constructive criticism. But if it's all good so far, then I suppose I can't really complain. I've got to stop being self-deprecating. But that's anyway, that's for another topic. So yeah, this second one, we talk about the second album that's in production, which is actually called Be Yourself. They've had a bit of a kind of creative change, you might say, in that respect with the album. So the second album is called Be Yourself. We talk about what goes into that album. We talk about the general creative process that goes into songwriting and songs, and I think we even touch on the way that seasons affect your mood and your songwriting style. But anyway, yeah, that's all within the kind of podcast that we chat about. It's also like we talk about like performing as well, what it's like to go on stage. So yeah, again, it's getting inside the mind of this millennial boy, if you'll excuse the shameless plug of their album. Yeah, so it's again, just I hope you enjoy listening to it, and I hope you enjoy tuning into it. And I also hope you're doing well during this Corona time. I think we're like 5 weeks in or something? Long time in. I heard yesterday that the curve's dipped, which is a good thing. So just be strong, just hold on, be patient. If you feel like you've created all that you can create some more. Pick up that other book that you hadn't thought of doing. Do the things that you've been putting off for ages, and you think, we're going to go out soon, so I'll just leave them off. Just get forward and do them again, man. Because we'll be out of this soon, and we'll be able to enjoy the sunshine in the summer, hopefully. Anyway, just best of luck with that, and just I hope you enjoy the second part of this podcast. So once again, thank you for tuning in, for listening, and if you could share it and like it and do all those things, that'd be great. The opening song is called it's Feel Something by Pink Lemonade, and then we're ending with their song called Heaven in Your Eyes, and they're both absolute belters. So go check them out. Spotify, Pink Lemonade Forever on Instagram. They're just, it's just a beautiful human being, and they're a really good band. So once again, thank you so much, and enjoy.
I've been feeling reckless, like I was feeling before. I wear the fear like a necklace, but I can't wear it no more. Don't make a sound. I've got my knees to the ground, my hands spread out, but I don't feel you now. Tell me something I don't wanna know. Make me feel something. Make me feel something. Make me feel something. Tell me something I don't wanna know. Make me feel something. Make me feel something.
Make me feel something.
Oh, so you can just pause it.
So let's literally just pause and then carry on.
So you should do a little clap just for your video.
Oh, okay. That's part of a little ritual.
Yeah.
Quite a strange little whoop.
You should get everyone to do that.
Oh, actually, I think
But
it
clap
will
at
be.
the same time. Wait. 3, 2, 1.
That's going to be a little like
Yeah.
unique USP. if you
USP,
like.
baby.
Yeah, that pause was for the important stuff of, was it hanging washing out?
It was, taking the washing out. Yeah. Am I going to hang it up? No.
Take it out though.
Yeah, I'm taking it out.
It's half the.
Yeah.
It's half of what someone asked you to do, which is basically a whole.
That's basically near enough to the end.
Pretty much done.
Yeah.
Really.
It's like when I do washing up,
Yeah.
I always leave like a knife and a spoon. I can never just fully finish things.
I've got it too, you know.
Why do we do that? Why do men do that?
I like do most of it.
Most. They should do
Yeah.
most.
Just do most of it, and then I'll like toodle off, and then come back and be like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. I'm going to carry on doing that now. Big like, and the things is, it's not. Sometimes it's not even it's not even a subtle little spoon. It's like a massive plate, which I've just somehow just not even looked at. You idiot.
Boys.
Boys. We're lovely, but we're useless at the
Flawed.
same time.
We're flawed.
Immensely flawed. Flawed, lovely, and beautifully idiotic.
Exactly.
Yeah, I reckon that's how you describe boys, isn't it? I mean, you can't paint all boys with that brush, but most of them.
Men are pigs.
I tell you what, if you'd have seen the ruckus that happened in that gender neutral toilet, that was I still to this day it boggles my mind. Gender neutral toilet.
It's a whole podcast in itself.
It is, isn't it?
It really is.
The gender neutral thing probably offend a couple of people doing it, but that's for another time, I suppose.
What's a podcast without being polarizing, you know?
And it's the freedom to actually have your opinion and expressed, you know. No censorship involved.
Exactly.
So, second album.
Yeah, second album is, I would say, more of a concept than the first one. The first one had songs that we had written like 9 months before.
Yeah.
And then realised we were making an out. Like we realised at the beginning of this year, let's just do what we want to do. Like we have a thing we always text each other, WDWW. We do what we... No, 3 Ws. We do what we want.
Oh, I like that.
We do what we want. So every time we catch ourselves being like, oh, we should probably be doing that. We should probably... We should go, no. We do what we want. We want to put a video out on YouTube and the song's not on Spotify yet. Who gives a shit? No one cares. We do what we want. That's why people like us, because they're coming into this space.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. It's like it's that age old thing in it. If it feels right to you, then that honestly is all that matters, because you've given it your spin, your twist, your creation, and you know that's what you put out there. So if it feels right, then
especially with this second album, because at the beginning of this year, we were like, let's just do albums. I don't know anyone else that's doing albums at our stage. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Who cares? And then we had some songs that were already out that were doing quite well, put them on the album, and then started writing an album around it.
Yeah.
The story of Millennial Boy. And then the second album. So the first album's called Inside the Mind of Millennial Boy.
Yeah.
And it's all about anxieties of being in a boy in the 21st century and like catching up with technology, what I like, what I don't like, the fact that I rely on it a lot, but I kind of love it.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that I rely on it and I want it to be my life. And it's all quite confusing. And then
Very current.
yeah, and then the new album is called Millennial Boy and the Summer.
Okay.
And it's basically all songs that we wrote over the summer, and it's about getting more clarity after the previous album and actually having a bit of a clearer head and enjoying life a little bit more. It's a bit more positive lyrically, and it's got more love-based songs on it, and it's shorter, and I think it's way more what Pink Lemonade is and is about, and it's not as anxious and it's not as like dark. It's got a lot more upbeat songs on it.
It's nice to have the contrast of the two. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you've explored that darker side, you might say, in the first album, and now to have the contrast of you know the light, if you like, you know, the dark and the light.
Yeah,
is a good place to, or a good, juxtapose to have a good trajectory
Yeah,
to go on,
exactly.
I think.
And it's kind of like a natural progression because over the summer I was maybe in a better headspace.
Yeah.
And so that's reflected. And that's why doing albums is so fun because you're capturing a time.
Yeah, right.
You're capturing a place you were mentally and as a songwriter, and it's there. Even if no one hears it, man, it's there for me, and I can know that's how I felt at that point.
Yeah, I like that. That's a
And-
nice.
Yeah, so there's vocals. There's one more vocals to be done,
Okay.
and then album 2's done.
So do you also find that seasonally it affects how you write songs and what you write about? Does that?
Yeah, the first album was written over winter.
How interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was written over winter, and the second album was written over summer. So yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Mm.
it does affect me. Maybe I think it affects creative people quite a lot
Yeah.
because you're pulling influences from your surroundings,
Yeah.
and it's very easy to talk about what's bad and what's sad.
Yeah. Very easy.
And during the winter, it's long, so you have a long period of time to be able to talk about what's bad and what's sad because
Yeah.
you don't complain about being happy.
No.
You don't need to talk to your friends about how happy you are.
Yeah,
Even though
it's
we all
easy.
should, would be a really good thing.
Mm.
And I encourage you and anyone listening and myself to do that.
Yeah.
Like catch yourself being happy and talk to someone about how you're happy.
Mm.
But there's a long period in England that I'm having to think about being sad and telling people that I'm sad, and I can't help be influenced by that and start writing songs about it.
I mean, it's a good way to channel that, because a lot of people, and I speak to myself included, they just go very insular and just very like, okay, it's winter now, cool, I'm just gonna do that insular thing, and but then to externalize it,
Yeah.
and channel it through that is
I never thought
songwriting.
I'd be that kind of person that says, yeah, I don't know how I was feeling until I started writing the song, and then I knew. But bro, it happens. It happened. I don't know why. Because you start writing the song, and you're like, just doing it in syllables and kind of like being, and then you start putting words to it,
Yeah.
and then you don't even realize that you're writing about your feelings until it's done.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have to really reflect and realize that song was quite sad. Where did I pull that from?
Yeah.
Why did that hook come into my head?
Yeah.
Why was that on the edge of my lips?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
It's funny as well because it all obviously comes from a place. It obviously comes from somewhere. It comes from a place of deep rooted something, or a place of absolute complete and utter ecstasy and joy and happiness. And
Like one of the newest songs. It's not on this album. It's on the next album, album 3, called "With Love, Millennial Boy." It's the end of the song, the end of the trio.
darling.
But this new song called "God Made Me an Atheist,"
Okay.
and it's about and the whole song's about I wish I could pray, but I won't because I hate God and He made me an atheist.
How fascinating.
So like, because my dad was quite ill over the summer, I wrote that song, and I didn't even realize I was writing it about the thought of my dad carrying on being ill. I'm an atheist, so I can't pray and talk to someone about how he's going to be good. I'm never going to, if he pops off, there's no heaven or God for me, so I'm not going to see him again. And I hate that the idea of God made me an atheist. And that's what that song's about. So it's a weird, but I didn't realize I was writing that until it was done. That was like, that's the biggest example so far. That I wrote this really cool song. It was a really cool beat. It was very simple, like really stripped back. The production was cool. And I was like, oh, right, that was heavy. I just wrote a really heavy song.
Yeah, nothing light about that one.
Because I've never thought about that before. I'd never thought about how I feel like I resent the idea of God because the idea of God made me an atheist.
Remember you saying, didn't you? We said last night we're having dinner or something. You said when you were younger, you asked your gran.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I asked my nan. I was like, so, because I was just for some reason when like 0 to 6, for some reason everyone was just a Christian. Because at school they're like, oh yeah, God's real, isn't it?
You go to a Church of England school now. All right.
Yeah, to be fair, I was going to St. Stephen's Church School.
Everyone's a Christian Catholic.
But like my family aren't religious, but it was just the best school around, I think. One teacher was religious. All the kids weren't.
Right.
But anyway,
I did actually wonder why. I asked a question a little bit ago. Why most schools are either Catholic or Christian?
Do you reckon it's stopping or is it not?
I mean, it's still carrying on. Like, I mean, as in people go to a Church of England school or a.
But they're not. But they're not coming out really Christian.
No, they're not. But for some reason, the school still remains Church of England. I don't know why that is.
It's because this country is based on tradition. We don't do anything new.
Exactly. Because it's so stuck in our fucking ways.
But
Sorry, yeah, Karen.
What was I saying?
You were saying about your grandma.
Oh yeah. She was religious. And I said, Nan, I think it was just after 9/11 actually. 2001 was it? Yeah. 2002. Anyway, it was around that time, and everyone was so sad. Obviously, it was a horrible, horrible time. And I said to my Nan, I was like, if there's a God, why has that happened? I had just lost my granny as well. I think maybe in the same year or the year before. My other granny. And I was like, why has she gone and why are we sad? And then why did children die as well? Because I had heard on the news that kids had died in other countries in war. And she said, just because you do. Just because you believe in God, that's what you do.
It's that classic religious answer, isn't it?
And as a 7-year-old, I was like, oh, then I don't believe in that then. I don't, because I don't think you're telling the truth. She's like, you just believe in God. You just believe then. There's a God. And then later I was like, so God's a guy and God's a white guy and God's a white guy with a beard and God's a white guy with a beard that puts worms in children's eyes that eats their brains out and makes them blind. I was like, oh no, I don't believe in this person.
God's made me an atheist.
God made me an atheist, yeah. The idea of God made me an atheist.
I write a song about that. So that must have been a pretty sort of. Do you when you're on stage or when you're producing this song, God Made Me an Atheist, and it was obviously about a very sad time in your life. Do you every time you either hear that song or play that back, do you still feel that pain, or is it more celebration of, I don't know?
I think that only happens when it's out on Spotify and I'm hearing it back and I can't touch it again. So like when I first realized I was writing that song, I was like, oh wow, that's quite hard hitting.
Yeah.
And then now when I'm still producing it, still writing it, still making it, there's no emotion there really. I'm just trying to get it right, trying to get it done.
Cool. Okay.
And trying to get the ideas that were originally there sounding good. And then when it's out and it's for other people to hear, that's a big thing when you know other people are hearing it. Right. That's when you start feeling how you did at the beginning of the song again. You start finding things you like about it and reason and like. And sometimes you don't even know how you feel about a song until it's out. And people are telling you what they think. Yeah. And then you can start reacting to what people are like, oh man, that song sounds great. It reminds me of this time. And I'm like, oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of that time too. Oh, it does, yeah. Maybe I did feel like that at that point. And you start thinking about the times you wrote about it. It's really, writing songs is so weird, man. It's a weird thing. Really? When it's about your life. When you start taking it seriously and you're not just writing, Paul loved John and John loved Paul. Like,
and I'm Ringo.
And I'm George. And but like even though those songs are like the best songs ever and they mean so much to me, I can imagine the songs that are about nothing, they're not like, oh yeah, that time. Yeah. You know, but then the songs that like the Beatles says, songwriters that are really hard hitting, the ones about Paul's mum. Yeah. I reckon when that was finally out, that was a headspin for him. Yeah, right. Having people go to him like, I lost my mum and it makes me feel this way.
Or when you're talking about tangerine fields and raindrops and whistles. Do you reckon they hear that and they go, oh, bloody hell, that was a bit of a...
There was a time in history where a song called Yellow Submarine could be a hit. Ringo's now going like, oh man, that was a hard time in my life.
That was a real serious time when I was talking about submarines of the colour yellow. I still to this day can't believe he was the voice of Thomas Tank Engine.
Yeah, man.
Mental, isn't it?
So crazy.
Ringo Starr.
And now it's just Ringo Starr impersonators doing it. So the new 3D.
There's not. There's a 3D Thomas Tank Engine.
Oh, yeah, it's all way more current now.
No, don't do that. Don't spoil something.
Do you remember Noddy?
Yes.
I remember seeing Noddy, and it was like Noddy, 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 and I was like, oh right, things are changing.
No.
I'm old now.
No. Just turn that TV straight off. No, thank you. That was an interesting little program, Noddy. That was an interesting little. All those like Fireman Sam, all those kind of.
It's gone. It's a dead era.
It is a bygone era, isn't it? It's pretty. Yeah.
I remember doing some babysitting, and one of the programs they were watching was like, do you know like Made in Chelsea in the Early Mays Essex?
Yeah.
But it was a kid version, and it was called Family.
Oh.
And it was like a realism, semi-acted, semi-scripted family life.
No.
Yeah.
Those it's when people actually like fully envelope and really get into those programs and believe they're like once I was watching the Only Way is Essex, and I don't know the characters, but they like came to someone's house and they were cooking a spaghetti bolognese and they put it out on the thing and they were like, I don't believe it, I forgot the mince. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe you forgot the mince. Yeah, I know. And I was just like, people actually seriously take, I just couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I'm out. Level done. Bye. I've had my fill of this Essex stuff. No, thank you. Yeah.
I don't know what, like, I'm sure because I'm not watching them anymore.
Yeah.
There must be a lot of people like me that have stopped watching them because it's
so,
just,
wouldn't you?
I think we're over it.
You'd hope
we're
so.
over that time. We have reality shows on our phone. We have Instagram. We can watch celebrities be themselves. Like, surely that, like, like the Kardashians, it needs to end. We have enough content to watch. We now get to be as close as possible to these celebrities.
Yeah, you can literally be as close as you want to.
Because that is fame now. Fame, like labels and stuff, and like big conglomerate music, horrible people. Their whole thing is to get you as close to the artist as possible. Whereas before, George Michael, Madonna, MJ era, it was
paparazzi kind of thing,
how
isn't it?
far away they can be and how untouchable they are.
Yeah.
And now it's like Billie Eilish, to promote anything, she needs to be in every single YouTube video possible.
Yeah. What do you reckon about something like that? Because she's quite young, isn't she? She's really young, or was really young when she started.
She's 17 now.
And she's been around for a while.
2 years. So 15.
She was 15.
Put us, yeah.
That's some age to be in the limelight. And
the silver lining is it's not a Britney Spears vibe, which was let's sexualize schoolgirls for old men to feel all right that they're perving over this young girl.
When you put it in that way,
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
it was like she was on the front of loads of magazines with no clothes on.
One more time, innit? Yeah.
Like when she's 16 and it's like inside a teen bedroom. It was like front cover of Rolling Stone or something. Really weird. But now Billie Eilish is anti all that.
Good.
She wears baggy clothes. Yeah, right. She never wants a news article about her figure.
Good.
Or about what she looks like. So she dresses like no one else in really baggy clothes, big shoes, whatever.
Okay.
Talks like a tomboy, slouches, does what she wants.
Good.
Her brother writes all her songs.
All right, really?
Mostly, yeah. And it's them two, his little duo.
Cool.
Produce everything in his bedroom. And
really?
Yeah, but really cool story that they're pushing.
Yeah.
But I think everyone in her family, her uncle, father, all producers, all well in the music industry.
Okay.
So like, as soon as they decided they were going to do something creative, they were going to be big.
Let's get a story.
Yeah. So let's get a story. It's true. Like, I think most of it's true, but I think like they do write all the songs and it is all done in their bedroom. But I think it goes to a very expensive mixer.
Yeah.
And a very expensive master.
Okay.
And I think there's people going, okay, that'll be good.
But there is I've always found there's something really beautiful about a sort of family, a family kind of like, oriented piece, you know, like the Bee Gees, like you think of like Kings of Leon, you think of like the Jacks. I mean, there's something really special about family members coming together, and even if one is the star, if you've got a couple in the background doing things, then it's quite sweet. It's quite sweet, I think. Yeah, quite lovely.
I remember when I think it was just before I was like 18 or something, and I was forming a band with two of my best friends, and I needed a guitarist, and Tom, my brother, who's 6 years older than me, said as a joke, I'll do it, I'll join it. And I never took it seriously. And I would have loved that now looking back.
Right.
And I wish I had said, yeah, let's do it.
Do you know the story of the Kings of Leon bassist? Do you know Jared? He's the youngest dude. So there was 3 of them in the band. Obviously, the lead singer, the drummer, and the guitarist.
All cousins, aren't they?
3 brothers, 1 cousin, and Jared's the youngest brother. And so they were putting out records and whatnot, and then they got signed, but the record company said they needed a bass player, and so the lead singer Killer was like, that's okay, we got one. And then so there's 15-year-old like brother was like, this is a bass guitar, learn. And so he just locked himself away and just started learning all the the classic bass lines, and then that's how he became the bassist of Kings of Leon.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Jesus.
It's mental. Yeah.
That's a solid band. That's a rock band.
Yeah. We saw them, didn't we? We saw them in
that was so
great.
good.
Yeah, that was proper.
That was like a highlight of the last 5 years.
Absolutely, standing arm in arm.
You got back from travelling, you're like, do you know what? I don't think I'm going to drink anymore. I was like, we're about to watch the Kings of Leon. Buy a fucking beer. I'm buying you a beer. What the hell are you talking about?
This is hops. This is barley. Go.
In it goes. Watching Kings of Leon finally. I'm not going to have a beer.
But I was driving. I was cycling. Yeah, that was pretty special, man. Because you're right. They were. You said something during that gig where you said that you saw Stevie Wonder there last year, and you said it was lovely. It was really great. But he's doing almost like a retrospective thing, whereas they're at the semi top of their game, still producing current stuff and still still creating.
It must be so weird for artists like Stevie Wonder, haven't released music in 15 years, maybe even longer, 20, and he's on the narrow.
Yeah,
he's on the narrow. He's looking back at everything he did.
Yeah,
and winding down.
Yeah, and
he's only got a small window of stuff he can do.
What do you think motivates musicians that have been doing it for so long? Okay, so say you're someone like Stevie Wonder, or for example Madness. I did the exact same conversation with the guy I saw Madness with. We were working at a festival and they were there, and Madness came on stage and they were like, we wrote this song 30 years ago, and the guy turned to me and he was like, he looked at me, he was like, 30 years? He's like, I think I'd go insane if I was doing the same stuff stuff I did 30 years ago. What do you think motivates them to carry on, and at what point do you think they stop going, do you know what, I'm not going to be creative anymore, I'm just going to live on what I've got? What?
I think a lot of them can't.
What, just can't create anymore?
No, I think a lot of them can't just stop.
Okay.
And live a normal life, because either you've got this bond and only as a band and only 2 of you are songwriters. 3 of them got to go get a normal job because they're going to run out of money because they're not getting any PRS coming in from writing songs.
Yeah, okay, good point.
Do you know what I mean? And another flip side is they don't want to stop because they don't know anything different.
Yeah, true.
Are they just going to sit around and drink and get high all day because
just go and work in Tesco's?
What are they going to do?
Yeah.
And I've done not the biggest gigs in the world, but I could never see my life not doing gigs.
Okay.
Even just getting the other day, I got up and played in front of some people, and the buzz I got, and people saying that was amazing.
Do you know what?
A big thing people can't give up.
Yeah, I'm going to get on the podcast. This kid I used to work at school with, Bruno. Have I told you about him? Before?
Sure.
He's the most amazing, just tip. He's 13, punk protege. He's going to be.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, he's proper. I'll give you stuff later. I saw his first live gig he played in Bristol because he got talking to this band called Slag Heap.
Nice.
Fucking great name, isn't it? So he did his first. He came on at the end and did 3 songs with them that they co-wrote or did whatever. And I remember looking at him afterwards. He was just standing by the stage, just sort of looking up and just in proper awe. And I was like, Bruno, what's sort of going through your head right now? And he just looked at me and he was like, that was crazy. And this was his first time ever on stage, and he was like, that was just crazy. And you could almost see that's it. Something in his head just turned and was like, this is me. This is what I want from life, is to just be on stage and be performing. Because, I mean, you can fill in from here what it's like to be on stage and perform.
It's just you rarely get your moment. It's like when you do a podcast or you're on camera, you become really honest because it's your moment to shine.
Yeah.
You're not talking to a wall. People are going to hear it.
Mm.
People are watching you. It's your time, and there's a certain type of person that craves that.
Yeah.
And it might be like a mixture of like self-love deficiency and a lot of extroversion, whatever, or like you didn't realize you were more extrovert than you thought, and then you got this buzz and people telling you stuff, and you're like, wow, that is it. I always think of it as this is my moment where people are taking me seriously. Not that I don't think people take me seriously throughout my life. I think they do. Like, people will sit down and talk to me, but like, people are concentrating on you.
Yeah.
When does that happen? Really? Like, I can imagine like teachers in a really good school that they really enjoy their job get that kind of, or like a lecturer, you're giving people something. There's loads of people looking at you and concentrating on you, and it's kind of like a bit of an ego buzz. Almost like
waiting for your like.
Yeah.
Okay,
and it feels good to give that to people. It feels good to give people a sense of like they've been entertained, like they've taken something away. And I think it's just a mixture of like a little bit of ego, a little bit insecure that you want people to be looking at you. And I can't really think of much else. I think it is, for me personally, it's a mixture of those two things.
I like that. It's a very honest way of putting it as well. Yeah.
And like, if I do that's just like now and like being on camera, but when you're playing songs, when you're performing songs you've written and people are reacting to them, that's even more. That's like, I'm actually touching people right now.
Do you get metaphorically and not physically?
Oh no, I go out and touch them. Only
That's part of the act.
Only if they look good.
Part of the story. Do you? It's going to sound a silly question, but do you get nervous when you go on stage? Do you get nervous before?
Yeah.
How nervous is like?
I used to get more nervous
on a scale of 1 to shitting yourself.
When I was in a band, I used to get really nervous.
In Big Tooth.
Because I was relying on other people. Don't like doing that.
Interesting.
And if they fuck up, it's on me because I've written songs and I'm like kind of the leader, whatever. And then I stopped getting nervous because we were just on autopilot. And that's not a great thing for an artist. You need to be pushed. You need to be nervous.
Right.
It means you want.
Oh, what? Did you completely stop getting nervous going on stage?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because from what I've heard artists say, that's when you just need to do something different or change it.
Well, yeah, that was exactly it.
Yeah.
Our last 5-6 gigs, I wasn't even nervous. Right. I was checked out. I didn't care.
Interesting.
And now I've been doing just me and the guitar, and the buzz I got was so much bigger.
Yeah, interesting.
That even though I've played like quite big shows with a band, this meant so much more because it's so intimate.
Yeah.
Same size crowds sometimes, but I was so nervous. I didn't realize it was the first gig I'd ever done with just me and a guitar ever. A month ago.
I suppose as well, when you're with a band, there's 4 other people there as well. Yeah. So it's not all eyes going to be on you. There's going to be some, but with that, it's like. Yeah.
And that's when I felt this thing of like, the people are looking at me and they're rubbing these ego and insecurities that I have, and I'm feeling better about it. I'm getting a buzz. It's making me feel good about the things. Like, I didn't think I was that good at singing, but people are saying I'm good, and it's all this kind of nice stuff. And then the buzz when I got off stage. Yeah. Last time I did a gig. I got off stage and someone went, I always remember this. He went, "Mate, that was amazing." And I believed him. Never before had I believed someone. If they said, if they were like, "Dude, that was sick," I'd never go, I would always think, yeah, they're saying that because I know I fucked up quite a bit.
What changed that moment?
It was, I was doing sound check and I went to do a falsetto and I went, and I some part of my brain went, "No way. No. Right. You can do that. For some reason, your brain didn't let you. Enjoy it. You're doing this because you enjoy it. You got booked for this gig and you said yes because you're excited. And now you're going to do sound check. There's a few people there listening and you're going to fuck up. No way." Yeah. So I went, breathed in, killed the sound check. Yeah. So the other artists knew I was sick. And then I didn't realise I was headlining the gig.
Lay that marker down.
Didn't realise I was last.
Yeah.
And then I sang the best I've ever sang. I felt so good. I had so much fun. I was entertaining. And I got off and this guy was like, "That was amazing." I was like, I said, thank you so much. That means a lot. But in my head, I was like, yeah,
I believe him.
I agree with you. And I think it's the fact that I'm not worrying about anyone else. And if I fuck up, it's all on me.
Yeah.
There's no shift of blame here.
Yeah, okay.
And I felt cool. I felt like I was doing something quite cool because I just had an electric guitar, had a bit of reverb and chorus on it.
Yeah.
And the songs are really good. I believe in my songs a lot more now as well.
Ah, that can be a key.
That could be it. And I was singing a new song called About Time.
Okay.
It's about being skint, but you still want to get married kind of thing. It's really cute. And I was singing it, the chorus, and this woman went, oh. I was like, you didn't even realize you just did that.
Yeah, right.
Because you were audible.
Right.
I was like, this is touching people's, this is meaning something.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. It's shifting now.
Yeah. I remember I once came to the playground. That's where we met. We met at the Lady Ellen in Wandsworth. Little lovely special needs playground. It's beautiful. And I think you just what did you do? It was Bluebells, or it was one of you with Big Tooth, and it really touched me, man. It was like this
Temptation, I think.
Temptation. There we go. Okay, and I was like
album 3.
and I was and then you sort of like walked in, and then I never forget that you said to me, you said that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, okay, right, okay, I see. When you can physically see you've had an impact on someone's life that is positive.
Yeah, it's a crazy buzz.
Yeah.
And you're going to get this.
I hope so.
You're making me feel good.
Oh, cool.
I'm so honoured that you asked me to do this.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's, I said, I said to you on as we went out just to get some bits of breakfast. I said that if like if somebody has a story and someone's figured something out, or someone's done it in a certain way, and that appeals to me, and I think, that could definitely go to someone else, and that could give advice, then absolutely, I'm gonna get them recorded. So yeah, you more than tick those boxes.
And you're so good at it, man.
Thank you.
You really are.
Thank you very much.
I think it's because you're just as interesting, and you're interested.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I'm so interested in just how people do it, how people have done it.
Do you know how many conversations are just two people waiting for the other person to stop talking so they can say more words? Do you know how many conversations that is?
I've actually heard this in abundance recently, actually, and the more I hear it, the more I actually notice it. The more I notice people.
Do you ever check yourself doing it?
Oh yeah, I do completely.
Whoa,
absolutely.
Whoa.
And that's also a very, very big thing. The fact you can observe yourself waiting to put your point in. And it's an even bigger thing when you can actually go, no, I'm going to come back from that. I'm going to let this person actually finish their sentence or finish what they're saying. Because the Ryan before would have so I swear to God, there've also been times during the conversation where you've been saying something, and in my head it's been like, Ryan, go now. You can stop him now and put in your funny bit. But I've been like, no, man, let's let this guy talk, because people want to like, the reason you're here is because you've done and doing something that's amazing and that needs to get out there. So I just got to shut up and let you talk, really, and not do this thing I'm doing right now, which is
no.
rambling.
No, but it's your podcast, so it's needed. Listening is so rare.
It is one of the skills that
It's crazy.
that I think people need to.
Have you ever watched Queer Eye?
No, but someone told me to watch it.
Bro, you need to watch it.
It's a new series as well. Today.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
Karamo. He was on a podcast with Russell Brand.
Yeah.
And he is like the life coach guy. And Russell Brand was like, how do you do it? How do you just like give such good advice? He's like, because I'm listening to you.
Yes.
When you say something, I check it.
Yeah.
And I check the next bit.
Yeah.
And then I react to what you're saying. I'm not just waiting to tell you how to tell you stuff I know or that I learned.
Yeah, so true. Listening is a highly valuable skill, and through reading various things, I've been quite interested in counselling and therapy, and actually having therapy myself, and just picking up on the fact that actually this guy's not doing talking; he's actually listening, and it's allowing me to get my own thoughts and feelings out and my own expressions, and then once you've done that and you can see the benefit of it, you can then be that therapist that's listening, and then let other people talk. So they and to be honest with you, that's from what I've found, that's the thing that people just want to be, is heard.
Yeah.
Like, if people are just heard, then that's all they really want. It's just their opinions, their thoughts, their feelings to be.
Give people their
vocalised.
moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's not necessarily a moment as in just on microphone, but in just everyday life. Like if you're having a chat at a dinner table, and there's one person that isn't necessarily doing a lot of talking, when they speak, just be quiet.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You might have something to say that is more interesting, or whatever, but just let them speak, and it benefits everyone really, because you might learn something new as well. Because someone said to me once, they said, you've got one of these and you've got two of these, so therefore you should use those more.
Did my dad say that to you?
Somebody.
I think
Somebody
that's his phrase.
I mean,
Says that all the time.
and it's true.
Because he goes, you got two of these, one of these, shut this one, open at least one of these.
Just the one.
Just fucking one.
Just one. And it is so true. It is so
I just
true.
realised, do you want to put this on charge?
I think we might.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, just good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, everything good.
Okay. So yeah, where were we before we went off on that tangent of things? We were talking about like songwriting and feeling nervous being on stage. Being nervous being on stage. Do you when you're writing, do you ever sort of get ideas about collaborating with people? Does that ever come into your
We get
mold?
asked quite a bit.
Do you?
Yeah.
And what are your initial reactions to that?
I always think like, yeah, let's do it. Email me your demo over, and then they'll get it, and me and Adam will be like, oh, this sounds really cool. And then we never get around to it because we're making our album and making YouTube videos. It's like, so it doesn't reach the priority stage.
Okay.
But when really, it'd probably be a really good idea to do that. And people are also asking us so they can have a platform.
Oh, that's a good place to be if people are saying to you.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
But we did have a remix of our song, our first ever single. And his remix, he was bigger than us, and his remix did really well.
Okay.
Got like 60,000 plays on Spotify or something. And it did help promote us a bit. But not really in the right way that we'd want. It was in a different time of Pink Lemonade where we thought that's what you need to do.
Okay.
Collaborate with loads of people and get yourself out there and give your songs away.
Yeah.
But now I think it's hard for us to get ourselves round to genuinely collaborating with someone because we've got this YouTube thing going.
You're just doing your own thing.
Yeah. I mean, later down the line, I'd love to.
Is there anybody you would like to collaborate with? Is there any artists out there that you think, oh, that'd be quite nice to actually just sit down with them and give it a little go? Or are you still just doing your own thing?
I don't know. I think it'd be really cool if like some like going for the stars here, like Frank Ocean had me. It's not like his new song featuring Pink Lemonade, but we were part of his album.
Okay.
Because he pulls a lot of artists that he appreciates. That's a big thing, like Tyler Creator does it. Lots of artists, even like pop stars, will get in rooms with artists.
Cool.
And we will write a song together or help produce a song or like we'll sing on something together. That's the collaboration process I'd like to be in rooms with established artists.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Because we're songwriters first and we're like a songwriting producing duo. But like as well as being artists.
Yeah.
So if we could be taken seriously as that would be huge. I would love that.
Okay.
Say like Charlie XCX. Have you heard of her?
Yeah, indeed.
If it was like she was doing her new album and she wanted to book a 2-day studio session with us.
Yeah, cool.
And just see what would happen. We'd end up maybe producing a bit or writing a bit or singing on a bit, or we'd write a song for us and she'd be on it.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a part of that.
And if when someone goes into a collaborating process, would they do you, like, how am I trying to say? Do you have to feel the music and then put your own bit in, or would you already have stuff that you can call on? Or
I think what happens is a lot of stuff gets scrapped. Have you heard of like, oh, we wrote 50 songs for this album and then we condensed it down to 10? Like those ideas don't go away. Those earworms are always kind of like floating around. And then they might crop up when you're in a studio session with someone. I don't think you'd necessarily come with fully fledged demos unless you're Ed Sheeran sending it to Rihanna or something.
Yeah.
But like me personally,
Yeah.
I think good ideas and good hooks don't really leave my head.
Yeah.
So say I was in a recording session or a writing session with
Yeah.
Charlie XCX. I reckon I would go with nothing, be collaborative, and I'm sure some previous ideas would like come and raise it.
Where's your hard drive? Is it in here? Is it a notebook? Is it a laptop? Is it a where do you store all these licks or these lyrics and these?
Either on my voice notes,
Yeah.
but I don't really listen to them back. I just kind of, if they'll make it onto like a demo on my laptop,
Yeah.
I'll send it to Adam, who'll be like, yeah, it's a cool hook, but I don't know. Or he'll be like, yes. And that's when it usually becomes a song.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would say songs, mostly, and like good demos and good, they're all in my head.
In the head, yeah.
Like I have there's a couple of songs that I never demoed, but they're still there, like in full. I know how they go.
Okay. Yeah, because it must be a. I suppose it wouldn't be like a. It'd be more of like a sort of organic process, wouldn't it? The fact if you go into something with someone and then you hear the music and you go, I've got that one that's and then you play that. Is that how it kind of would go?
Like my worst nightmare would be going to a writing session, opening my laptop and showing some demos to someone.
Right. Yeah.
I would just that just really cringes me out.
Can you listen to this, please, sir?
Oh god! And they're like, yeah, cool, because they can't hear what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Because demos are a lot better in my head than they are on my laptop usually.
Yeah.
Like the ones that sound good on my laptop usually become songs, but the ones that don't ever become anything, they're better off in here. They're better off in my head.
Right.
Because it's all sounding sonically good in there.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather collaborate and just bring out an idea organically that I've been working on, or like get some chords together, let it adapt. Because it's really hard to change something once it's there and you get demoitis.
That well-known disease.
Yeah, demoitis is when you can't shift from this demo idea you have. You can't get away from it. Can't touch the chords. You can't change that drum beat. You won't shift from the tempo, and it's.
Can you take CBD for that? Yeah. What's the cure for that, George? What's the cure, mate?
Demoitis, yeah, it grows on the end of my dick.
You might want to go to the old gynecologist for that. Or is that women? Is that men too?
I'm gender fluid.
Oh, we're going down that road, are we?
Whoopsie.
Shit. Have I offended you at all?
You have not offended me now.
Great. Gender fluid. I suppose another question I like to ask is, what do you hope for the future? Where do you want to go with your musical beautifulness and your creativeness and your, or is that, do you think about the future?
I do a lot. I think about a good friend of mine said, what would be your perfect day? What would be your ultimate day from when you wake up to when you go to bed?
Yeah.
And my perfect day would be, I wake up, like career wise. Obviously I want a family with my girlfriend, whatever.
Have poo?
Huh?
Have poo?
Yeah, big poo.
Wake up and poo.
Have big poo.
Coffee.
Have big poo. And I would want to wake up knowing that I have 5 million subscribers on YouTube.
Okay.
I would put out a music video the same day that I'm on my way to Glastonbury to play a midday 3:00 set.
Ooh, there's a place to be.
That's like a realistic thing I would love.
Okay.
That'd be my perfect day.
And it's not like you want to become the Sultan of Brunei. Do you know what I mean? It's a realistic aim. You know.
Yeah.
Quite a nice one to
would
punch
be
for.
That'd be what I want. And
cool.
I want to be telling my story of I wanted to become big on YouTube to pay my way as an independent artist. That's what I want. That's what I want my future to be.
Cool.
Because then I'm controlling everything.
Yeah.
Me and Adam, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's the raw we, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like when couples go out, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, how are you doing? By you mean how are you and your partner
exactly.
doing?
Yeah,
of course.
Me and my partner.
Wicked, man.
What would yours be? What would be your perfect day?
My perfect day.
You wake up, you have a poo.
Do you know what? That'd be ideal, really. That'd be a good start. Just get that weight off. Just let that out, and then you can crack on with whatever you want to do. Because at the moment, I haven't done it yet. So it's just sort of lingering there, really. So that'd be a good start. I'd wake up with a poo, and then do you know what? To wake up, have a poo, have a nice breakfast, have a nice brunch, and then honestly, just go out and meet an interesting person and just record a chat, and then.
But you'd want to be paid for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If this in any way can, if I can in any way make this a sustainable living, then that would be pretty bloody good. Like, if I
think
could,
it's very likely.
I really hope so. I mean, I've not got any like, this is what it has to be. I don't know. And if it does just become just a hobby, if it just becomes okay, I've got so many hours free, let me go and chat to whoever, because at the end of the day, it is just about meeting people, and just about hearing their story and getting their story out there, so it can help other people and it can help them, and it's just trying to do that, really. And if I can in turn make a bit of money from that, where I can pay the bills and eat, then I think I'll be pretty satisfied, really.
You want to do the thing you love and get paid for it. I
love chatting. Yeah. I love talking. I love talking to people. I love talking about people. I love listening. I love all that sort of stuff. So if I can, in any way, fund, if this can in some way self-fund that, then I think I'll be pretty. And then on the side of that, if I can do work that I can choose to do. As in, like, so say for instance, this does, fund, a bit. If I can then, go out and volunteer with someone, something that I actually truly want to do, like in my heart, then that also would be quite a nice thing to do, because, before, when I was working in the school, that was very much like, you're just going there to pay bills. This is the deal, whereas, the heart wasn't, it was kind of in there, but it wasn't really the system. I wasn't in there for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that'd be a lovely bit. And also if I can have a veg patch as well, that should be quite nice.
Yeah, man.
Grow my own food. That's what I quite like to do. Then yeah, that'd be a perfect day, really. And also meet friends in the evening, and yeah. Spend time with Dee and go to yoga and do therapy.
Have an avocado latte.
Oh, I'd love that. Maybe we can make that thing, avocado latte.
But that's the ultimate goal. Just you do what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And you're able to do it because it's funding your life. That's it.
It's not much. I don't want a Maserati. I don't want a big 2-story house. That monetary, materialistic thing doesn't interest me one bit. To be comfortable, and to enable comfort, to enable me to go out and do the things I enjoy. If that can fund that, then I'm really happy with that.
I want to drive around in a Ferrari, throwing money out the window, playing my own music.
Dan Catford, yeah.
Playing my own music at full blast. Is that George from Pink Lemonade? Yeah, it fucking is.
Here he comes again. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your pursuit of that Ferrari and chucking out your Pink Lemonade tunes around Catford. If people want to want to get into music and get into you, and what platforms are you on? How you
You'll be able to find our music on Spotify. Mm-hmm. If you put in Pink Lemonade, and then Inside the Mind of Millennial Boy is our album. But if you put in Pink Lemonade, you will find a 3-piece girl band that have 2 songs. Kind of annoying. Or you'll find a 2-piece contemporary pop electronic outfit with all our music on there. And if you put in Pink Lemonade Forever into Instagram or YouTube or any social media platform or Google, all our stuff will come up, because Pink Lemonade Forever is our like tagline, if you will.
And also, if I was to look into the cameras, people know your face. Look for that face when you look.
Look for this face.
Look for that face. Look at them teeth.
I really appreciate this.
I love you
I love you too.
so much.
I really appreciate this a lot. It
I'm
means
proud
a lot
of
to
you.
me that you've been the first one on here, and you've helped me out with this technical shit.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, thank you so much. And I love you.
Pleasure. Love you.
Pink lemonade forever. Woo! We did it.